Hey there, hunters. Alex from East to West Hunts here. Again, going to focus on the topic of the draw and the draw applications. We have Arizona that's coming due February 14th at 11:59 p.m. Arizona time. Okay. Now, the reason that I wanted to dive into the details here is just to really help explain or understand the draw. I'm going to try to do it on the simplest format and not get too deep into the weeds. We are going to talk percentages and tag allocations for a non-resident. That's really the focus of this. But if you are a resident and you're paying attention to it, obviously you can do the math and make out the reverse engineering of it. So take it for what it is. Here's what we're going to talk about. Deer, elk, and pronghorn are three species that the draw works the same way for these three. However, only pronghorn and elk right now are going to be due February 14th. So we're really only going to mainly talk about these two species because deer comes down later in late spring. So that's a whole separate time frame that we're going to apply for that. And that's really what Arizona does. It actually changes the draw a little bit depending on the species, and they have different dates to apply. So you really got to be paying attention. For myself and obviously, working with clients, the tag application strategy is put in place, and we're paying attention to obviously all those dates for that, so you don't have to. And that's part of the nice part is it's all taken care of for you, and you know that it's done right. With that said, here's how this process works. So first thing, we have to go and buy a non-resident license. $160 for the non-resident license. Then we're going to figure out pricing for the tags, right? Antelope tags are $565, elk tags are $665. Now, when you think about that, I think, personally, and doing all these applications and knowing all the states, it's a very well-priced state, especially for elk. I mean, the $665 price point for a tag is not bad, especially for what you get out of it. With that said, when we jump into the draw, you got to realize that this is a trophy state. In my opinion, this is one of the best trophy states for applying, especially for pronghorn and elk. I mean, the management of it is fantastic. So it gets daunting and very detailed and deep in the weeds on how the process works when we're drawing these tags or putting in for these tags. So I want you to understand, on a non-resident basis, Arizona only allows a max of up to 10% of all tags to be given to non-residents. Okay, so that you should know that. Now we're going to use the mighty number 100 again, and you might see a common theme here as we go along with videos. We're going to use easy, simple numbers to dissect. So we have 100 we have 100 tags available for elk in a specific unit. Only 10% of those can be allocated to non-residents. Okay, so we know we have a pool of up to 10 tags for the non-resident. We're going to hold those here, and in theory we got 90 here. Now, follow me. The way that the draw process works, there's two. There's one called the bonus pass, and then there's the random draw aspect. Bonus pass means that 20% of all tags out of this 100 will be allocated to the top point holders. So Arizona has bonus points. Bonus points mean that you have more opportunities to get the tag, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee you a tag for having the most points. But Arizona does have a top point selection, which is called the bonus pass. Bonus pass means, again, 20% of these 100 tags will go to the top point holders. So out of that, we know that a max of 5% of these 100, 5 at max, will go to the top point holders. Okay? So if you are applying, or I'm applying for a client, and they have 15 years of bonus points, and we're applying for a 14-point unit, in theory, they will get a tag this year based on the statistics of data that we're looking at. However, if you had 13 points, we're likely to either go look at a different unit, or we're going to keep applying and we're going to bank on the fact that we're going to have the remaining 5% of these tags, right? In theory, another 5 in this random drawing selection, give or take, right? Because as I said, a max of up to 5% here. So that could be 3 tags, it could be 4 tags, it could be 5. Left goes into this randomized aspect. So how the bonus points work here is each year you get 1 more point. You have 1 more raffle ticket in the bucket to have the opportunity to get drawn. So there's always a chance that you could get a tag as long as there are non-resident tags left for this randomized aspect. So if there's 5 tags left and you have 12 opportunities or 12 raffle tickets, you still have more opportunities than somebody that has 2 points, right? A couple other things that are cool about Arizona. If you take their hunter safety course, which I think is $300, a lot more expensive, but if you take the Arizona course, you actually get a lifetime point. So that's a cool perk. It means even if you were to draw and use all your points, the next year you have 1 lifetime point, so you'd automatically go in with 1 point into the draw. That's pretty sweet. So you never start at 0 again. Then you also get what they call loyalty points, and loyalty points are if you have applied for 5 consecutive years, you gain an extra point for your loyalty. So basically they're giving you a little bit extra appreciation for staying consistent to applying to the state every year and donating to conservation in the state, right? Because you're buying the license, you're paying for the application, so on and so forth. So that's important to know as well. But that's probably the simplest way that I could break that down in correlation of 100 tags. 20% of those tags would go towards the bonus point or the top point pass, okay? A max of 10% of these 100 tags, or 10 total tags, go to non-residents, and we could in theory say a max of 5 of those would go into the top point holder bucket. The remainder would go into the randomized draw. Okay, so I hope that explains in detail how the draw works. Again, this is for antelope, elk, and deer. And again, elk and antelope are the first up on docket with an end date of February 14th. At 11:59, we got to get those apps in. So I don't like to wait for the last minute. I like to apply early. I can assure my clients that they can sleep at night knowing that their stuff is done right and it's been put in. And that's that. So let's get ahead of it. If you have any questions, please reach out. Please like the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please put some notes and comments below if you have any questions. I will reply to them as fast as possible. Otherwise, please head to the website, www.east2westhunts.com, and always check out social media as well. At East to West Hunts is Instagram, and that's I would say probably the biggest source where I'm constantly posting and updating everything on there. Again, if you have any other questions, let me know. Thanks for watching the video, and until next time, remember to scout, hunt, and repeat. Have a good one.